Combining LinkedIn with YouTube is by far the best B2B content strategy in 2026 if you just want to absolutely print leads. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. If you don't believe me, here's our client Taylor, who's booking over 30 sales calls every single month from his YouTube channel, and then takes this content that we create for him on YouTube and puts it on LinkedIn, where he's generating hundreds of thousands of extra impressions and dozens of more booked calls. Or my client Sam, who's actually here with me right now. He scaled his B2B business from zero to over $200,000 a month in just a couple of years. And the main channels that he's focusing on when it comes to content are his YouTube channel and his LinkedIn, where he's booking the majority of his calls from. So here's how the strategy works. So if you're in B2B, chances are you're probably already doing some sort of LinkedIn content. Most B2B companies, when it comes to content, what they think about is LinkedIn, posting on LinkedIn. But there are a couple of problems with that nowadays. The first one is that it's just getting overcrowded. Every single B2B company is doing LinkedIn, so you're not standing out. It's very hard to actually stand out there. You can do it well, but when there are dozens of other competitors doing the same exact thing, it just becomes exponentially harder. The other problem is that it's short form content. These are short LinkedIn posts, and they are not enough to build that level of trust that most customers need to actually either book a demo or sign up or go ahead with your offer. And the last problem is that it's text only. And especially nowadays, with all that AI slop that's going on, this is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. Nowadays, everyone can just write as many LinkedIn posts as they want with AI, so there's no differentiation there. So that's where the YouTube component comes in. And as I said, when you combine these two platforms, that's where really the magic happens. The reason for that is that YouTube fixes all of these problems that LinkedIn has that I just mentioned. First of all, it's very untapped when it comes to B2B. Most B2B companies have no idea how to do YouTube, or even if they should be on YouTube. It's just not on their radar. So you have the chance to stand out, be the first in your industry, or be one of the first companies that start pushing YouTube in your industry, and that's a big advantage. The other part is that YouTube content is long form. What that means is you can create videos that are 10 minutes, 20 minutes long, and it's completely different the level of trust this can build versus a LinkedIn post that someone reads in 1 minute. And lastly, it's video, which means that your face is on there, or one of your employees' face is on there if they are recording the videos, and people can just see you, hear you, and therefore trust you a lot more. If you compare that to just a LinkedIn post that could have been written with AI or by anyone, it's super different. So the strategy we've been seeing absolutely crushing it in B2B right now is combining these two platforms, and you can do it in the following way. So first of all, we think of YouTube as an extension of your content. What that means is you're continuing to create the LinkedIn content you're probably already creating, but you create that YouTube content for the people that want to learn more, that want to be more invested in what you're teaching or what you're talking about, and just learn more about your strategies. So people can still read your LinkedIn posts, but when they want to actually learn more, they can go to your YouTube, watch those 10-20 minute educational, just value dense videos where you're actually giving away your strategies. And if you think about it, this will be more of a middle of funnel content where people will go to once they want to learn more. And the way we do this effectively is by building a bridge between these two platforms. So what that looks like is whenever you publish a YouTube video, you promote it on your LinkedIn and you give people an easy access to watch the video. So you could do specific posts that talk about that video, and then at the end you link it, and that will really connect the two platforms and will allow people to go from LinkedIn to YouTube very quickly. So the whole strategy consists of 3 parts. The first part is creating the YouTube content itself, and that will be your pillar content. The first thing there is you want to get very clear on who you're exactly targeting, what those people's pain points are, what their desires are, and talk to those exact pain points and desires. That's the real way you'll be able to attract those people and really talk to those people with your content. For example, if your target market is B2B SaaS companies and you have them book more demos, then all of your videos should be targeting that specific desire that they have. All of the videos that you create should be getting them closer to that ideal outcome. Once you have that, you want to make sure that you package videos in a way that people will actually click on it, people will be interested in it. How you do that is there's so much data out there already on YouTube. What you simply have to do is search up the topics that you want to make videos about and see what's already ranking. What are the outlier videos in that topics? What are the videos that are already ranking in that specific topic? What are the videos that got the most amount of views in that specific topics? And see exactly what type of packagings they use. So what that means is you can look at the thumbnails, the title structures, and get inspiration from that. You don't really want to reinvent the wheel at that stage. You want to look at the data, what's already working on YouTube, and then just make all your decisions at that point based on that data. So for example, if you talk about something like cold email and you see an outlier title format, for example, how I book 30 plus sales calls per month with cold email, and that specific video was an outlier on another channel, you can just take that exact topic, make it your own, and make sure the video is even more valuable than that. And if you do that consistently with multiple videos, that's how you start dominating a certain niche on YouTube. And the last part of this is making sure that the views and the traffic that you get on these videos actually turn into revenue and leads. How you do that is you make 2 specific call to actions in every one of your videos. The first call to action should be around the beginning of the video, the first 33% of it, more or less. This should be a shorter, softer one. And then at the end, you can do a more direct, longer call to action. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into making YouTube videos, but these steps are really the basics that you want to nail. And once you're creating these YouTube videos, the next step will be promoting it on your LinkedIn. As I said, the strategy that works best there is creating specific LinkedIn posts that talk about that YouTube video that you just made, really makes people curious to watch it, and then at the end you link it. And then the third and last step, as I mentioned, is that repurposing the content that's performing best on one platform to the other. As I said with Taylor's example, he was able to repurpose his outlier YouTube video and made it his best performing LinkedIn post. You want to do the same. So you want to look at all of the content that you're creating, and whenever there's something that clicked with your audience, whenever there's something that got more views than usual, got more booked calls than usual, and really here the important thing is just tracking that data, looking at the data. If you see any of the content that you created become outliers, you want to squeeze more juice out of them. So let's say one of your YouTube videos became an outlier, it got more views, it got more booked calls, then you want to turn that into one LinkedIn post or multiple LinkedIn posts. The good thing with YouTube videos is there's a lot of meat, a lot of content inside that you can repurpose into multiple different LinkedIn posts and even other types of content. So there's just a lot to work from. And as I mentioned, this can compound like crazy, like with Taylor, who's generated hundreds of thousands of impressions and probably over 100 calls if we calculate the YouTube video and then all of the posts that he made from that. So if you want us to build out this entire content system for you, then click the first link in the description and book a free call with me. We are currently running this for over 40 B2B companies and founder brands, and I would love to see if it makes sense for you as well. Again, the link to book a call will be at the top of the description below. And if you want to see the full interview I did with Taylor, where we break down his exact content strategy, then watch this video next.